and good afternoon. Publishers all over the world are dealing with similar challenges and opportunities, each with their own creative solutions. I think it's very appropriate that we started off this Congress with an author and a freedom to publish activist, and that we are going to end the Congress with an author and freedom to publish activist. Let's welcome Brian, who will introduce the 2012 Freedom to Publish Prize recipient.
Well, Jonathan Shapiro was born in Cape Town. His work as a cartoonist began with his work with a number of political organizations. He has been editorial cartoonist for the following leading newspapers: the Mail and Guardian, the Sunday Times. He also has been editorial cartoonist for the Sowetan, Cape Argus, Cape Times, the Star, the Mercury, and Pretoria News. Jonathan has also published 16 volumes of cartoons. Zapiro is not getting this prize today because of one incident, one book, or one cartoon. He is getting this prize for his long-term and brave commitment to truth, democracy, and transparency. For this, I think he is a most worthy recipient. Thank you, Jonathan.
It's an honor to receive such a meaningful award, one that has previously been given to courageous writers and activists all over the world.
Very lucky to have been given the Freedom to Publish Award by the International Publishers Association.
Thank you so much. The very first thing I would like to do is to thank the newspapers and the book publishers who have published me over many, many years.
I've thanked the newspaper editors during the apartheid era and in the democratic era who've published my cartoons, because that's how they are seen. It's been amazing to have people who are courageous and who are open-minded and are prepared to put themselves on the line along with the authors and the artists who they publish.
And to receive it right now in South Africa is of particular significance to me. The ANC, the very movement that brought democracy to South Africa, now as the ruling party responds to criticism by curtailing the spread of information and by stifling freedom of expression.
I wanted to really highlight some of the different areas in art, in journalism, in books, in music even, where we're seeing those kind of stresses and strains. And I showed some of the particular cases where I've done cartoons about freedom of speech issues. It's not only government. You often find religious groups that feel that they have enough power in society to stifle creativity, to stifle freedom of expression. In South Africa, we still do have tremendous rights that we just have to keep fighting for them. I showed some of the very much funnier cartoons that are quite explicit, like Bill Clinton. There's a kind of a penis plane cartoon, which I also mentioned that there were American editors and journalists and cartoonists who wanted to see that published in a mainstream newspaper in America, and it wasn't possible. And I showed how, in some ways, in the new South Africa, we've had more freedom than in many democracies.
I've got a couple of drawings published in the old Weekly Mail, and this was one of them. P.W. Botha, famous for wagging his finger, that notorious finger. But the next one is of particular significance as well, because they began to really have a concerted attack on the media in 87 and 88. And this is when they were doing that. They were banning newspapers. And look, Sancho, more evil, that's P.W. Botha and his henchman, also Botha, Stoffel Botha. 27th of April 1994, this was the cartoon that I had published on the day that we became a democracy. Nelson Mandela representing the new democracy and also the struggle, but everything good as opposed to bad.
The shower has become bigger than anything I could have imagined. I mean, I put the shower initially on Jacob Zuma after he made that infamous shower remark. And the next cartoon I did, I took it off. And readers said, "What happened to the shower?" And I realized that there was something there that I could play with. And the shower has definitely got a life of its own. It's become a cage. It shoots oil. It gets twisted in knots. It does all kinds of stuff. And And some people are really furious about the fact that I still put the shower on his head. But the point is, it's still got a life. And when you have a device as a cartoonist, that's what you want. You want to have devices that have a life and that can continue to say things. There's reason to say these things because you can help get things back on track. You can be part of that movement that keeps things going properly. That's what keeps me going. Of course, entertaining people along the way, because to say things in an entertaining way, well, I mean, my freedom of expression, I have that little blank piece of paper, that blank space in the newspaper where I can fill it with whatever I like, pretty much, and that's brilliant. You know, the great thing about being a cartoonist in South Africa is that there is so much happening that is really funny, that is really outrageous. When we've got such rich material here, I've been lucky enough to be able to find those ways, and I've done cartoons that make myself laugh, which is good.